There are two words you speak more than any others. Two words so common, so automatic that you never even notice you're saying them. But what if those two words are the most powerful, creative, and binding force in the universe? What if they are not a description of who you are, but the very command that creates your reality? They hid this from you. Not out of malice, perhaps, but out of control. They taught you that the phrase "I am" was just a label. But its true meaning, its real power, was a secret they couldn't afford for you to discover. Because the one who understands the true meaning of "I am" is no longer a subject of reality. They become its master. If you are ready to reclaim the two most powerful words in existence, to stop describing your prison and start speaking your freedom into being, then take a slow, deep breath. Your initiation begins now. Subscribe and join this sacred inquiry because you are about to be handed back the keys to your own kingdom. Part 1. The spell of the mundane. Let's begin in the familiar. In the world you know. Perhaps you are sitting in a softly lit room, the day's responsibilities finally behind you. Or maybe you're lying in bed, the weight of the world pressing down on you, the silence of the night amplifying the noise in your head. Feel the texture of the sheets against your skin, the solidness of the floor beneath your feet. Listen to the hum of the city outside your window, a constant, restless lullaby. This is your world. And in this world, you have been speaking spells all day long without even knowing it. Think back. How many times today did you begin a sentence with those two words? I am so tired. Feel the weight of that declaration. It's not just an observation, it's a reality you are affirming, a state of being you are instructing your body to inhabit. Feel the weariness in your bones, the heaviness behind your eyes. You have spoken it, and so it is. I am so busy, so stressed. Can you feel the constriction in your chest that comes with that? The frantic, scattered energy? You are not just describing your schedule, you are commanding your nervous system into a state of survival. You are dressing yourself in the energetic garments of overwhelm. I am not good enough for that job. I am always single. I am bad with money. I am worried about the future. Each statement, spoken casually in your mind or out loud to a friend, is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. It is a nail being hammered into the structure of your reality. We are taught that these are simple descriptions, harmless labels based on past evidence. But this is the first layer of the deception. They are not descriptions. They are incantations. They are creative acts. The hidden voice in your head, the one you call me, has been using the divine name of creation to build the very walls of the prison you now find yourself in. And it has done this so skillfully, so subtly, that you have mistaken the prison for the world itself. You have mistaken the identity forged from these casual I ams for your true self. But your true self is not tired or stressed or unworthy. Your true self is the one who has the power to declare, I am, and whatever follows that declaration becomes its reality. Part 2. The hidden command. Now we must go deeper into the heart of the mystery. What is the true nature of I am? Why did ancient traditions consider this phrase so sacred that it was often forbidden to be spoken aloud? For this, we must strip away the layers of modern, secular understanding and touch the metaphysical core of our existence. The fundamental reality of the universe is not matter. It is not energy. It is consciousness. A single, infinite, formless awareness that dreams the cosmos into being. This awareness is the only reality. And its name, the name that it gave to itself when it first chose to become aware of its own existence, is I am. This is the ultimate secret, the one they had to hide. The creative force of the universe, the power that ignites suns and spins galaxies, is not some distant, bearded deity in the sky. It is the very consciousness that is aware of these words right now. It is your own wonderful human imagination. It is your awareness of being. And its creative command is the phrase I am. When you say, I am sick, you are not just describing a physical state. You are taking the infinite, formless power of creation, I am, and commanding it to pour itself into the mold of sickness. You are instructing your body, on a cellular level, to be the living embodiment of that state. When you say, I am lonely, you are commanding your reality to arrange itself in a way that reflects and validates that feeling. You send out an energetic signal that repels connection and attracts circumstances that deepen the feeling of isolation. When you say, I am, you are taking the role of God. You are speaking the word, and that word is being made flesh. They couldn't let you know this. A humanity that understands it is the co-creator of its own reality cannot be easily controlled. They had to sever the connection. They taught you that I am was just a grammatical construct. They taught you that God was an external being to be feared and obeyed, not an internal power to be wielded. They taught you to look for causes outside of yourself, to blame your circumstances, your past, your genetics, the economy. They did everything they could to make you forget that the cause of your entire life, the alpha and the omega of your experience, is what you are consenting to as true about yourself. It is what you are affixing to the sacred name, I am. The voice in your head was given the most powerful tool in the universe, and it has been using it, unconsciously, to create a world of limitation. The time has come to take that tool back. Part 3. Auditing your I am. This cannot remain a theory. For this knowledge to become power, it must be made personal. It must be brought out of the abstract and into the intimate laboratory of your own consciousness. So let us conduct an audit. A sacred, honest audit of your I am. I invite you again to find a place of stillness. Let your body relax. Let the world outside fade away. For the next few moments, your only task is to become a gentle, non-judgmental witness to the declarations you have been making about yourself. Let's start with today. With your eyes closed, simply ask your deeper self, what I am statements have I lived by today? Don't search for them with your mind. Just create a quiet space and let them arise. Perhaps what comes up is, I am overwhelmed. Don't judge it. Just see it. Acknowledge it. How did that feel in your body today? A tightness in your shoulders? A shallow breath? A scattered mind? You have been wearing the garment of overwhelmed. Perhaps what arises is, I am not understood. I am alone in this. See that one. Feel the subtle ache of separation that comes with it, the quiet resignation. This is not just a feeling, it is a state you have been inhabiting, a reality you have been affirming. Let them come. I am getting older. I am losing my memory. I am stuck in this situation. I am afraid of what they will think. I am not as smart/successful/attractive as them. Watch them as they parade through your awareness. See them not as truths but as programs you have been running. See them as spells you have been casting upon yourself, over and over, day after day, until you forgot you were the magician. This is not an exercise in self-criticism. It is the opposite. It is an act of profound self-love, of bringing the unconscious into the light of the conscious. You cannot change a program until you are aware that it is running. You have been in a trance, a hypnotic sleep, convinced by the hidden voice that these I ams are the fixed, unchangeable truth of who you are. But they are not. They are merely choices. They are assumptions. They are habits of consciousness. And anything that was created by habit can be undone by conscious choice. For the rest of this day and as you move into tomorrow, carry this awareness with you. Become a guardian at the gate of your mind. When the voice begins to say, I am, pause. Catch it. Notice what it is about to declare. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to force a positive affirmation on top of it. At first, the only step required is to simply notice. To see the spell as it is being cast. That act of noticing is the first step in breaking it. It is the moment you stop being the unconscious magician and begin to become the conscious one. Part 4. The ancient secret. This secret of I am is not a modern invention. It is the esoteric core of our most ancient spiritual traditions, the pearl of great price hidden in plain sight. Its most famous and most misunderstood telling comes from the story of Moses at the burning bush. Moses, a man filled with self-doubt, I am slow of speech and tongue, asks the creative force of the universe for its name so he can tell the people who sent him. And the answer he receives is the master key to all creation. The voice from the flame does not give a name like Yahweh or Jehovah. It gives a state of being. The original Hebrew is Ihye Asher Ihye, which is most often translated as I am that I am. Person in lotus position, but this is more than just a title. It is a formula. It is an instruction. It means, I will be what I will be. Or even more accurately, I am the cause of my own existence. It is the universe revealing its fundamental nature. Consciousness is the only cause. Whatever consciousness declares itself to be, it is. The great 20th century mystic Neville Goddard built his entire teaching on the profound understanding of this one principle. He taught that I am is the name of God, and that every time you feel a state of being, you are embodying that name. He said, I am is a feeling of permanent awareness. The very center of consciousness is the feeling of I am. I may forget who I am, where I am, what I am, but I cannot forget that I am. Goddard understood that this was not philosophy, it was physics. The physics of consciousness. He explained that when you say, I am sick, you are not describing an external condition. You are impressing the subconscious mind, the womb of creation, with the feeling of sickness. And the subconscious mind, which knows only how to create, faithfully objectifies that feeling as a physical reality. When you declare, "I am secure," and truly feel the inner state of security, you are commanding the universe to rearrange itself to mirror that state. This is the secret they hid. They took the story of the burning bush and turned it into a historical event about one man. They didn't want you to realize it was a parable about every man. You are Moses standing before the unconsuming fire of your own consciousness. And that fire, that divine presence, is waiting for you to give it a command. It is waiting to hear what you will declare yourself to be. For your entire life, you have been giving it commands unconsciously, based on the evidence of your senses and the memories of your past. Now you are waking up. You are realizing that you don't have to describe the world as it is. You have the power to call forth the world as you wish it to be by claiming it, by feeling it as your present reality with the divine name, I am. Let's pause here and breathe. Can you feel the power vibrating in those two simple words? Can you feel the creative force of the cosmos stirring within you as you contemplate their true meaning? This is not a small thing. This is the shift from being a creature of circumstance to a creator of worlds. If you are beginning to feel this power waking up inside you, if the truth of this is starting to resonate in your soul, I invite you to support this journey for yourself and for others. Click the like button now, not as a passive gesture but as a conscious act of affirmation. Let it be your first intentional, I am. Let it be a declaration that says, I am awake. I am ready. I am reclaiming my power. Every like, every share, sends a signal into the collective consciousness, a signal of liberation that can help awaken someone else who is still asleep, casting spells of limitation upon themselves. Let's raise this vibration together. Now return to that inner stillness. Recognize that this teaching is a responsibility. To be told you are God in your own reality can be a frightening thing. The ego, the voice in the head, wants to either reject it as blasphemy or grasp it as a tool for selfish gain. But the true path is one of humility and reverence. You are wielding the power of the infinite. It should be used lovingly, wisely, and for the expansion of beauty and joy, not just for yourself but for all. The question is no longer, what can I get? The question becomes, who do I choose to be? What state of being, what glorious I am, will I now choose to embody for the good of all? This is the beginning of conscious creation. Part 5. The quantum connection. For those whose minds seek a bridge between the mystical and the modern, let us look to the strange and wonderful world of quantum physics. For what our ancient mystics knew through intuition, our scientists are now beginning to discover through experimentation. The quantum field, as they call it, is a vast, invisible field of infinite potential. It is a sea of pure energy, where everything exists as a wave of possibility until it is observed. This is the most mind-bending discovery of modern science. The act of observation affects the thing being observed. A particle does not exist in a definite place until a conscious observer looks for it. When you look, you collapse the wave of infinite possibilities into a single, concrete experience, a single particle in space and time. Now let's connect this to the secret of I am. That infinite field of potential is your consciousness. It is the unmanifested reality where you are simultaneously healthy and sick, wealthy and poor, loved and lonely. All potentials exist at once. What, then, is the act of observation that collapses the wave? It is your assumption. It is your feeling. It is your declaration of I am. When you declare, I am poor, you are placing your focus, your conscious attention on the particle of poverty. You are collapsing the infinite wave of abundance into the single hard fact of lack. When you declare, I am healthy, and you feel the feeling of vibrant health, you are placing your attention on that potential, and the quantum field, which only knows how to respond to consciousness, begins to organize itself around that assumption, creating the physical experience of health. As the scientist and teacher Dr. Joe Dispenza might say, you are sending a new signal into the field. Seedling, your thoughts are the electrical charge, but your feelings are the magnetic charge. The combination of a clear intention, thought, and an elevated emotion, feeling, is what creates a new electromagnetic signature. When you can feel the feeling of your future, I am, before it has happened, your body, as the unconscious mind, literally begins to believe it is living in that future reality in the present moment. And what does it do? It begins to signal new genes in new ways. It begins to rewire neural pathways. It begins to attract new opportunities and synchronicities from the quantum field that match the energy of who you are being. This is not wishful thinking. This is the law of creation. You cannot wait for your wealth to feel abundant. You must feel the I am of abundance first, and your wealth will appear. You cannot wait for your healing to feel whole. You must embody the I am of wholeness now, and your healing will manifest. This is the shift from the old Newtonian model of reality, cause and effect, to the quantum model, causing and effect. You are not a victim of the world. You are its co-creator, its observer, its dreamer. And the tool you use to collapse potential into reality is the feeling state you attach to the sacred name, I am. Part 6. The alchemy of being. So, how do we do this? How do we consciously change our I am? This is the great work of the alchemist. It is the art of spiritual transmutation, turning the lead of our current limited state into the pure gold of our desired reality. The first and most common mistake is to treat this as a mental exercise of positive thinking. The person who is sick and stands in front of the mirror chanting, I am healthy, while feeling the despair of their sickness is achieving nothing. In fact, they are reinforcing the sickness because the universe responds not to your words, but to your feeling. The subconscious mind hears the dominant vibration, which is, I feel sick. The true alchemical process is much deeper. It is an art of imagination and feeling. It is not about lying to yourself. It is about choosing a new reality and entering it in imagination until it feels real. Let's walk through it. Let's say your current reality is defined by the statement, I am lonely. The lead. The desired reality is, I am loved and cherished. The gold. The work is not to go out and find someone to love you. The work is to go within. You would find a quiet place, close your eyes and ask yourself, what would it feel like if I were already deeply, beautifully loved? Don't think about it. Feel it. Imagine a scene, a simple sensory scene that implies the fulfillment of this state. Perhaps you imagine a loved one's hand in yours, feeling its warmth, its familiar touch. Perhaps you imagine hearing their voice, full of affection. Perhaps you simply feel the inner state of calm, security, and belonging that would be yours if you were already cherished. Your job is to stay in that imaginary scene, to marinate in that feeling, until it feels more real than your current reality. Until the feeling of being loved saturates your entire being. You are not asking for it. You are not hoping for it. In your imagination you are experiencing it. Right now. You are embodying the I am of love. You are collapsing the wave. You are impressing the subconscious mind with this new golden feeling. This is the alchemy. You do this day after day, night after night. You live in your desired state in your imagination. You fall asleep feeling the feeling of your wish fulfilled. You are no longer the person who is lonely. You are the person who is loved, who is simply, for a time, not seeing their lover in the physical world. It is a subtle but profound shift in identity. You are changing your core assumption about yourself. You are changing your I am. And because the outer world is nothing more than a mirror of your inner state, it has no choice but to conform. People will begin to treat you differently. New connections will appear as if by magic. The world will rearrange itself to reflect the new truth you have claimed for yourself. This is not magic. This is law. Part 7. Confronting the old I am. This path of conscious creation is not without its trials. When you begin to consciously declare a new I am, you must be prepared. The old I am, the one you have embodied for decades, will not go quietly. It will fight for its survival. Imagine you have lived your whole life under the assumption, I am unworthy. It has colored every decision, every relationship. Now you begin the alchemical work. You go into the silence and begin to feel the state, I am worthy. I am deserving of all good. In that moment you have declared war on the old king. And the old king will send out his armies. Suddenly your mind will be flooded with evidence to the contrary. The hidden voice will scream, who are you kidding? Remember when you failed? Remember what they said about you. You are not worthy. You are an imposter. Your body, which has become chemically addicted to the feelings of unworthiness, the cortisol, the adrenaline of anxiety, will begin to crave its old fix. You may feel a sudden wave of depression, a surge of anxiety, a profound sense of doubt. This is the most critical point in the journey. This is the moment most people give up. They mistake this inner turmoil as a sign that the process isn't working. They think, see? It's not true. I don't feel worthy, I feel terrible. And they retreat to the familiar prison of the old state. But if you have been forewarned, you will see this for what it is. It is not a sign of failure. It is the death rattle of the old self. It is the detoxification process. It is the shadow coming up to be released. Your job is not to fight it. Your job is to stand firm as the calm, silent witness. See the thoughts of unworthiness arise and let them pass. Feel the uncomfortable sensations in your body, and breathe into them, allowing them to be there without believing their story. And you gently, lovingly but firmly return to your new assumption. You return to the feeling, I am worthy. As Carl Jung taught, you cannot heal the shadow by repressing it. You must integrate it. You acknowledge the old pattern. I see you, thought of unworthiness. I understand why you are here. You have tried to protect me. But I no longer choose you. You are not at war with yourself. You are simply choosing again and again which I am you will serve. You must persist until the new state feels more natural, more familiar than the old one. You must remain faithful to your unseen reality until it becomes your seen reality. This persistence, this loving discipline, is the fire that purifies the gold. Part 8. Living in the fulfilled desire. As you persist in this inner work, something extraordinary begins to happen. You move from simply feeling the new state in meditation to living from it in your waking hours. This is what Neville Goddard called living in the wish fulfilled. It is the state of being of the person you want to be, before you have the external evidence. How does a person who is wealthy think and feel throughout the day? They don't constantly worry about money. They feel a sense of ease, of freedom, of generosity. So, you begin to cultivate that feeling. When a bill arrives, instead of feeling fear, you feel gratitude that you have the resources to handle it. You begin to be that person. How does a person who is healthy move through the world? They are not obsessed with symptoms. They feel gratitude for the vitality of their body. They move with ease and energy. So, you begin to inhabit that state. You wake up in the morning and instead of scanning your body for aches and pains, you say, "Thank you for this vibrant, healthy body." You assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This is not a performance for others. It is a deep, internal state of being. You are no longer a person trying to get something. You are the person who has it. And as you walk through your day from this new assumption, the world begins to change its reflection. The mirror of reality must show the face you are presenting to it. Conversations shift. People begin to respond to the new energy you are embodying. A friend might casually mention a job opening that is perfect for you, something that never would have happened when you were living in, I am stuck. You might find yourself in the right place at the right time to meet a new partner, a synchronicity that was impossible from the state of, I am lonely. The world of form begins to conform to the world of spirit. This is the joy of conscious creation. You begin to see the connection between your inner state and your outer world so clearly that life becomes a magical, joyful game. You realize that circumstances are not solid and fixed. They are fluid and malleable, constantly responding to your state of being, to your I am. You are no longer a victim of the world. You are dancing with it. You are leading the dance from within. You are living from the end, from the reality of your fulfilled desire, and watching with awe and gratitude as the world catches up. Part 9. You are the hidden voice, and so we arrive at the final, breathtaking revelation. The culmination of this entire journey. For so long we have spoken of the hidden voice, this narrator in the head that has been unconsciously creating your reality. We have treated it as something separate, a conditioned mechanism, an egoic program. But now, in the deepest silence of your being, you are ready for the ultimate truth. That hidden voice, the creative power, the divine name, the force that has been declaring, I am your entire life, was you. Was always you. You have not been the victim of a rogue program. You have been the king who fell asleep on his throne and dreamt he was a beggar. You have been the magician who forgot he was the one casting the spells. You have been God playing the game of pretending not to be God. This is the ultimate epiphany. The power was never outside of you. The kingdom of heaven was never in some distant place. The creative force of the universe was not a separate entity. It is your own consciousness. It is your awareness of being. The voice that was creating your prison was your own voice. And the voice that can create your freedom is also your own voice. There is nothing to fix. There is nothing to heal. There is only a shift in who you believe yourself to be. You are not the body. You are not the mind. You are not the name or the story. You are the formless, timeless, infinite awareness that is the cause of all phenomena. You are the I am. Feel the silent, explosive power of that realization. Feel the responsibility and the utter liberation of it. The search is over. You are the one you were looking for. You are the hidden voice. You are the operant power in your universe. And from this moment on, you can choose to use that power consciously, lovingly, and with the clear intention of the awakened creator you have always been. The world you see is a reflection of the I am you have claimed. Now, who do you choose to be? You are not in the universe is in you. The name of God is your own awareness of being. This is the secret they hid from you, and it is the truth that now sets you free. If you are ready to walk this path of the conscious creator, subscribe and join us in this great work. This is not the end of a lesson. It is the beginning of your true life. I am.